So how do you design some of the most advanced AI in the world for someone who might not even be able to read or write? Someone who's using a really cheap phone on a super noisy construction site. Well, that is the incredible challenge we are diving into today. Building a voice AI from the ground up that connects India's blue-collar workforce to jobs, using nothing but the sound of their own voice. It all begins with something as simple as this. A single voice note probably recorded on a super busy street. He's saying, "I'm Rajesh, I'm a driver, I've got 8 years of experience, and I need 20,000 rupees a month." It's so human, right? It's direct, but it's also packed with all the background noise and the conversational quirks that any AI is going to have to overcome. And that right there is the million-dollar question. How do you take this messy, totally real-world piece of audio and just magically transform it into structured, useful data that a machine can actually understand? And look, this isn't just some fun tech puzzle. Getting this right can literally change someone's life. So to even begin to solve this, we first have to really understand who is speaking and, just as important, where they're speaking from. We're not talking about a quiet, sterile office setting here. We're talking about the real, loud, chaotic world. Think about our user for a second. They could be a carpenter, a cook, a driver. They're probably using a smartphone for the very first time on a device that costs, maybe less than $100? They don't just speak Hindi, they speak Hinglish, that classic mix of Hindi and English. And they're recording their voice in the middle of traffic, or a busy market, or a construction site. The system has to be built for their reality, not ours. Okay, so let's get into the technicals. Before our AI can even begin to understand the words, it has to be able to hear them. And that means the very first step in this whole process is a really intense audio cleanup operation. And here's why that's so critical. If you just take that raw, noisy audio and feed it directly into a standard speech recognition model, well, the result is a total disaster. The word error rate, or WER, can be as high as 40%. So what is a word error rate? You can think of it as the AI's report card. It's the percentage of words it gets wrong. And at 40%, it means 4 out of every 10 words are just incorrect. That makes the whole thing completely unusable. We have to get that number way, way down. So to get that clean signal, the audio has to run this incredible multi-stage gauntlet. First, it gets standardized, then long silences are automatically snipped out. Then it hits 2 different layers of noise reduction. A basic filter tackles the background hum, and then a really powerful AI model takes over, one that's been specifically trained to strip out complex, messy sounds like traffic or crowd chatter. And the result of all that hard work? Well, the word error rate absolutely plummets. We go from that completely unusable 40% all the way down to a much more manageable 8 to 15%. Okay, now we have a clean signal. Now the AI has a real fighting chance to actually understand what was said. All right, we've got clean audio, but now we face the next huge challenge: transcription. And this isn't just about recognizing English. It's about understanding the unique, complex, and beautiful mix of languages spoken all across India. And it turns out there's no single silver bullet for this. So instead, the system uses this really clever dual-engine strategy. It can send the audio to one of 2 places, either to Bhashini, which is a government initiative trained specifically on Indian languages, or to a custom fine-tuned version of OpenAI's Whisper. The system is smart enough to pick the best tool for that specific job. And you can see right here just how critical that fine-tuning is. The basic Whisper model, it makes a mistake on Hinglish almost 20% of the time. But the special version that's been fine-tuned on Indian accented data, it drops that error rate all the way down to just 11%. Every single percentage point we gain here means a more accurate profile and a better shot at finding the right job. We have a clean transcript. Now for what really feels like the most magical part of this whole journey: pulling a professional profile out of what is essentially just a casual conversation. So this is what we get from the speech-to-text engine. He's saying, "I have been working for 5 years, I want 15,000 rupees, I have a driving license H." It's a total stream of consciousness, right? It's not a resume. So, just like we cleaned the audio, we now have to clean the text. Scripts get standardized, numbers are written out as full words, abbreviations get expanded, all the little things that prepare this text for that final, crucial extraction step. And here it is. This is the final transformation. A specialized AI model reads that nice, clean, normalized text, and it just pulls out the key bits of information: job role, experience, salary, skills. It organizes everything into this perfect, structured format that a database can understand. This is the exact moment a casual conversation becomes real, usable data. So, let's recap. Our voice note has been cleaned, transcribed, and structured into a professional profile. All that's left now is the big payoff, finding the right job. And this isn't just a simple keyword search. It is a really sophisticated three-layer process. First, it filters by the basics, right? Location and salary. Then it uses AI to find semantic matches. It's smart enough to understand that a cook is conceptually similar to a chef. And finally, it re-ranks everything, boosting the jobs that are a perfect fit for that person's specific skills and experience. But critically, the system closes the loop in a way the user can actually understand. The job results are spoken back to them using text-to-speech. All the details are sent as a simple little job card on WhatsApp, a platform they are already using every single day. Technology has to meet people where they are, and this is a perfect example of that. So, after following this entire journey from a single, noisy voice note all the way to a job match, what's the big takeaway here? What does it all really mean? This whole system is really a masterclass in what you could call empathetic engineering. Every single step, from the noise cancellation to the choice of AI models, all the way to the WhatsApp notification, it's all designed with this deep, fundamental understanding of the end user. It's about building a bridge so that technology can serve everyone, not just those who are comfortable typing on a keyboard. And that really leaves us with this one final, powerful question. We've just seen how voice can connect someone to economic opportunity. So what's next? Could it be healthcare, financial services, education? The journey of this one single voice note shows us that the possibilities here are truly limitless.